Since the earliest origins of mankind, war has been used to settle disputes and rivalries among feuding nations.
Over time, the casualties of war have increased due to population growth and the progression of military weapons.
The weaponry of mankind has progressed through the years from simple sticks and stones to nuclear warfare, which could destroy the world that we live in today.
This video will focus on the progression of militaristic weapons and the grave cost they have in our society.
Oh, hello. Starting in 400,000 BC, the first spears were used for hunting. However, humans have encountered a progress trap as hunting has turned into war.
The first documented war was that of Sumer versus Elam in 2700 BC. In early Mesopotamian times such as these, groups fought with simple swords and spears along with the assistance of horses and chariots.
Oh, I didn't see you there. This quickly progressed, however, to more advanced military technology, such as the Pilum, Hasta, and Galvan of the Pyrrhic Wars in 264 BC.
Slow progress was made up until the age of the Crusades between 1091 and 1272, where there were knights who used advanced spears and masses. And this sadly led to the death of 1.7 million people, which was a massive amount at that time.
However, in the 100 Years' War, this all changed, starting in 1337. In this war, gunpowder, artillery, and sea power were used effectively by countries like France.
These advancements led to the death of a massive 3.5 million people. However, the use of the sword and the lance stayed prevalent, as shown in the Spanish conquest of the Aztecs. Warfare dramatically changed in the 30 Years' War when that of the longbow was used by the British as a form of long-ranged attack in order to defeat the French.
In the Civil War, rifles and powerful cannons led to the bloodiest war in American history. Also, hand-to-hand combat was changed with additions of weapons like muskets.
Furthermore, the North and the South engaged in a naval warfare with a new style of ship, the ironclad.
This battle was named after two famous warships, the Montar and the Merrimack.
This would signify the importance of naval battles in warfare.
So, Sam, what were you thinking about the whole World War One?
Oh, like progress with it?
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
Oh, are you guys talking about Oh, I was just taking notes on that.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was progress on World War One.
Yeah, that's what
I was
I'm
just
talking
saying
about.
how World War One, how it wasn't really fun because you had a bunch of people dying with machine guns.
Oh.
You know, they would try to turn around.
Yeah, I hear you.
But nobody could run, and everybody kind of just waited for the war to be done.
Price.
Bro,
you kind of spitting bars right now.
This is kind of just how I take notes. This is just what I do.
what do you?
You go kind of hard on the beat. Wait,
on beat?
You hear that?
Should we do something with this? You think, bro?
No. Are you hearing that?
Should we take it to the studio? I don't know.
I think this might have to go to the studio because these are kind of high key bars.
Right?
Bro.
I think you should get it going.
In World War I, it was not very fun. You had a bunch of people dying fast with machine guns. They would try and turn around, but they could not run. Everybody just waited for the war to be done. The fighting style here, it was very different. They would dig a bunch of trenches and the soldiers would be in it.
The trench warfare was a struggle life. Soldiers gone from their children and they wife. Back at home, everything went to full gear. There was no time for a break and a beer. The factories made a point to make everything for the war. You could no longer buy your appliances from a store.
Next that came around was the toxic gas. They would try to escape, but I'd still be burning without masks. Not a bunch of people had them, so they wouldn't die. They would go and hide, but it was hard to try. Along with some guns, they had tanks to go hard. They would shoot massive shells, but were slow so couldn't charge. They were not very useful and in a battle couldn't last. This would all change quick once the tanks got fast.
In World War II, a bunch of stuff would change. This was because they had better tanks, cars, and planes. It really be seen
the Battle of Britain. When the planes came out and their bullets were hitting, the Germans started something that was really bad. They used submarines, which made the Americans very mad. Fighting was in the sea, air, and land. This is a progression from when it was all by hand. All of this started because of an alliance, but now it's time to go and talk about science.
The use of mustard gas was a very controversial issue in both World War I and World War II. Mustard gas is made of carbon, hydrogen, chlorine, and sulfur, and has a molecular weight of 159.068 grams per mole. The reason why mustard gas was so harmful and controversial is that it has a yellow-like appearance while attacking the cells and liquefying the tissue.
Mustard gas was most effective in warm temperatures as the gas had a high freezing point of only 58 degrees Fahrenheit. The gas was used to break the stalemate in trench warfare as it drove out the soldiers and left them to die. The effects of the gas were tragic as it caused the skin to burn and caused blindness until the eventual death.
Due to this progression of weaponry, it is easy to see why one could create existentialist viewpoints on our society. Since we can get destroyed at any time by nuclear weapons, man becomes anxious because our time to live may be short. This makes us strive to create and better ourselves and our society.